Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I was only on Belugan's chat maybe a dozen times, and that's only when I needed lure rescuing. Uh, and and I've been on Discord maybe about the same number of times. It's just not second nature to me, and I get sitting building a scenario, and the rest of the world goes away.
Yeah, if you don't mind a little bit of criticism, I definitely have to say that these live scenarios have definitely improved over the course. I definitely was not a fan of the first one.
The first one was tough because I put too many sides in it.
For me, it wasn't that. Like I played it as Turkey, and I can't
Yeah,
remember if you could play multiple signs on it.
it's
Like
Turkey and Russia.
and I played as Turkey, and I lost like all my attack aircraft like really soon after the start, and then it just seemed like after that I had kind of nothing to do.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
these things, great job on these scenarios.
Well, it's fun to try and build something that's different and interesting, and yeah, it's one of the things I find with the Northern Fury scenarios is there's a bit of repetition, and it's I'm just trying to make it so that they're not the same one to one, and that gets tough after a while. But this one should be quite different. The next one will be different again, but more back to the traditional.
So where
And
are you allowed to say where we're heading to next? Probably not.
no, I'm not, except that we haven't been there before.
Hmm. Maybe hmm. That's
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the Antarctic. Who knows?
yeah, that could be too. We having a race for the because the Antarctica is actually an actual continent, right? It's not floating sea ice, so
That's right.
you really can't go underneath the Antarctica.
No.
Well, we are going to at least accomplish one thing in the scenario. The Dallas is finally approaching a deployment zone for the DDD,
Okay.
so at least we'll get that deployed.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I guess at that decision, I guess your choice with a Dallas, I thought I didn't actually think like seven, that I would even make it, a day, and I thought I'd be done. I think KMC was 24 hours, and I think I want to say my goals were kind of accomplished. I don't want to say goals because I didn't really do much
Yeah.
in KMC, but I think I at least had the S300 dealt with and most of the Korean DPRK Air Force kind of neutralized within a couple hours.
Yeah. I think it's a 12-hour scenario, and as the Americans, you want to get it done within 3 hours, and as the Russians, you want to get it done within 4. Because if you don't, then you're risking nuclear release.
All right, so we are detecting a goblin as we approach the coast. Let's go ahead and slow down to creep. See if we can. We're not getting core speed or anything else. I'm assuming with the way that that's expand. Yeah, we had it for a second. I'm kind of going to assume that maybe that's maybe that's some whales. I don't imagine any sort of attack sub wanting to stick in that close to shore. So I'm gonna go off the assumption, which will probably come back and bite me when a torpedo is in the water. Um, so actually, speaking of kind of torpedoes and such, do you play anything else, Gunner, or is command just kind of your thing?
Well, since Command's come out, I'm probably just playing Command because I've got a fairly busy job as well. So before that, I was playing War in the Pacific quite a bit. I used to do a lot of land combat games. I designed some scenarios for Operational Art of War 3, and the Command, not Command. There's an old Talonsoft series, East Front, West Front. I designed some scenarios and some link campaign games for that way back when. But since Command has come out, it's been pretty much on that. I've got a few other games that I fire up every now and again, but nothing serious.
Are you looking forward to Art of War 4 at all?
I certainly am. My only concern with Art of War 4 is it will distract me from Command.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play as much Command now as I used to. I've definitely kind of, I guess, fallen off a little bit on that, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I still play these releases. I still play in between, and I think I spend the rest of my time, you know, with it mainly doing scenario design stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
really
the editor is so amazing in this game. I really enjoy doing building stuff.
So Beige Milk in chat was like, I just did some research and apparently in 1985 a Greenpeace ship got bombed by the French.
I didn't know that.
Wow, that's kind of like the Pueblo.
I like working with the French. There's a story, and I don't think it's urban myth from Somalia in the 90s, that a French convoy was driving down the road, took a random pot shot from the direction of a village. I guess it either bounced off one of their vehicles or whatever. The French company commander deployed his entire company, all weapons, everything, and engaged in a firepower demonstration 500 meters off the village. Then he walked up to the village and said, "If that happens again, we won't miss." So I like I like working with the French.
Yeah. We won't miss the next time.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never heard that story before.
Yeah.
All right, so DDV is approaching the coast.
Okay.
Not getting movement off of our goblin. Definitely don't want to get the Dallas too close to shore. Yeah, it seems like you know, pretty much longer. All these you know, Dallas I think just got into Puget Sound Naval Shipyard about a month, maybe month and a half ago for defueling.
Okay.
It's not going to be too much longer till all these you know, Cold War boats are gone.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, I mean, the Cold War's been over for 15 years. No, wait.
Longer than that.
25 years now.
Yeah, 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see boats like the Dallas that have just, you know, such storied histories, both, you know, both in real world and in fiction. And
That's right. Yeah, the Tom Clancy fame.
oh crap, my DDV ran out of fuel and hit bingo, and it's not returning. Oh, and here I thought I was doing something right. Runs out of fuel. You would think that the scenario designer would have put the deployment box like within range of the shoreline.
Well, I think if you click on the reference point there, I can't remember what it says. Oh, all right. I think that's the pickup box. I think. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, we've got the pickup box and we got the beach, and
Yeah.
probably not going to matter at this point because our DDV or SDV, sorry, is already returning to the boat.
Yeah.
We'll see how. Oh, looks like
looks
like it's having to play catch up with the boat now.
You might want to slow down, buddy.
Hey guys, you guys want to slow down to pick up your Hey guys.
You might want to just stop the Dallas, because the SDV will only go 6 knots.
I actually made the joke in my Discord the other day that somebody should do like a racing like sub racing scenario for when we eventually get a multiplayer. Somebody should do like a sub race or some sort of like air race scenario or just something completely off the wall.
Right. I'm just
Uh,
looking at your SDV. He didn't even use his battery power.
yeah,
All he was using was diesel.
that is, and it looks like I can launch him again. Deployment underway. So it looks like he's deploying now. So he just deployed. So I guess
Okay.
he doesn't actually have to. That's really strange because yeah, he used all of his diesel and then now he's on battery.
Yeah,
That is really,
that's
really,
awkward.
that's really strange.
And
That is,
you got 6 hours remaining, so you got plenty of battery. You
yeah.
probably want to launch your or actually back the Dallas off a bit. Yeah.
So does the Dallas have to be in the pickup or does our just our boat has to be in the pickup?
I'm just trying to remember. I think what happens is you go to the beach with your SDV. A few minutes later, the seals appear on land. The seals have to go to the tower, stay there. I think an hour or so or 2 hours. Then they go to pickup. When they're in pickup and the rib is in the or sorry, when they're in embark and the rib is in pickup, then the seals disappear, and then you just have to link up
The rib and the
the
seam.
rib and and the Dallas.
All right, so let's see. Oh, where'd my stuff? I closed my message. Okay, well, it actually appears in message log now. So the SEAL team from Dallas has landed at Comsolet's Island. They should proceed quickly to the Shelf Autonomous Transmission Station, Cyber 3, and upload the software they are carrying. If everything goes according to plan, they should take 2 hours, and if it works, the Russian networks will be disrupted for some time, probably days. So let's go ahead and get our SEAL cyber team.
So beige milk. Just to answer your question there, I'm not using the cargo rules on this one because I wanted to make it accessible to everybody. So the seals actually never leave the Dallas. That's a standard teleport action that I'm using.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on it earlier. The problem with cargo is that when you drop a cargo unit, it actually doesn't come out with a name that you can use. So,
Yeah.
when you drop a SEAL team, you can't, other than saying when a ground unit enters this area, you can't say specific unit,
Hmm.
is in the area.
Unless you can pull a GUID off of it, which is something that confuses the heck out of me. And
Yeah, see, I tried that and it didn't really seem to work. Like
okay.
it worked, I seem to get it to work for units that are already existing, but as soon as I
Hmm.
drop a cargo unit, I can't seem to pull the GUI off of that.
Okay.
Because see, I was trying to do like just kind of a test scenario where I was dropping troops onto a beach, and then I wanted to like basically like rearm them every like 4 hours to represent
Hmm.
kind of them going back to getting like new supplies and rearm refilling magazines, and I couldn't do it, but yet the script worked fine for units that I already had placed there. So
Okay.
I'm gonna assume user error.
Yeah. I I had high hopes for the cargo, and I delayed a few scenarios because of it. But I'm going to go back to just standard teleport and unit spawning because it's just more controllable, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, one thing I've actually been doing lately is doing like a dummy side, and then doing a transfer unit to side script.
Yeah,
So
I've done that in the past too. Yeah.
so you actually don't see, all these units kind of sitting in Conus,
Yeah.
just kind of, hanging out. I can actually have them on a hidden side and have them kind of placed anywhere without kind of being a distraction. And
Yeah,
bring in a crucial
I've done that in
location.
the past in the big scenario I did on convoys and that sort of thing. I did that, but I probably should have done it in this one actually as well.
The SEAL team has successfully uploaded their software. The cyber attack on the Russian communications network is happening now. We really don't know how long this will work for, so you should proceed quickly while they are disrupted. In the meantime, get the SEAL team out of there. They should proceed to area marked embark, and once they are there, the RIB can pick them up. All right, so let's go ahead and get our RIB deployed. That'll take about 40 seconds.
They're fast little buggers.
And get him to the pickup area, get our SEAL team to the embark area. Looks like we timed that about right. Looks like they're going to get there about the same time. Hey, I did something right in this scenario. Look at that.
Now, it's at about this time that the Greenpeace Cessna will fly over and detect you. I'm just kidding.
Sir, the SEAL team is at the extraction site. Get the RIB. There to pick them up. Yeah, knowing my luck, that's exactly what would happen. The SEAL team is back on the RIB. You should send it back to the Dallas ASAP. Well done. All right, so go ahead and return to base. Moving at 15 knots. And that's, let's see, where is, I kind of got focused on there and we got talking and I kind of forgot where everybody else was at. So the Jimmy Carter has actually successfully gone through the running the gap there, although the Echo Voyager continues to not be able to dock with its attendant SSGN, so it's that part of the mission is kind of a fail. Well, since it's a prototype unit, we'll just chalk that up to a technical glitch with the prototype.
There you go.
And that's what happens when you use prototype hardware in a operational mission.
That's right.
So we'll try and go and at least try and get the ATGU investigated with the Carter. The other thing I find funny is that we haven't actually detected any of the other SSBNs that are on the special ops. Mississippi's been patrolling these inactive sites and hasn't seen anything.
So I guess the story to tell there is although the Russians don't have very many submarines left compared to what they had in the Cold War, the ones they do have are pretty darn good.
Yeah, no kidding. And here All right, so get the Illinois just kind of patrolling again. We got about 3 days, and I think you said it takes 4 days for the Jimmy Carter to do her mission.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be a day late, but I think I think we'll chalk that up at least to a success.
Sure.
And I'm wondering, since we're kind of coming up towards the end here, I wonder. Okay, we can fire Tomahawk missiles at these sites. So I'm gonna, exercise the Belugan option, I believe here. Although I'm not gonna, Belugan it as in nuke everything in sight, but I am gonna launch missiles at these inactive sites, and they'll never know what just hit it.
I'm not sure you can because they're submerged.
It says I can manually fire them.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you do a shift F1 on them?
That's what I'm looking at.
Wow!
Right here. This is the
Holy
shift
cow!
F1. I can fire the UGM 109 Tomahawk.
That's
yeah.
pretty amazing.
But I think these are the ones that are firing from the torpedo tubes. I
Right.
don't think these are the ones that are firing from the VLS.
Yeah.
So I guess that answers the question of whether you can fire a cruise missile horizontally.
I would. I'd be surprised if it actually hit. It's worth a try because it's got to acquire GPS fix.
Well, let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Let's go ahead and just fire one, see what happens. And boom! And of course that just kind of turned the Russians hostile. Hey, how do they know who just destroyed their
Well, they're just hostile to you. So they may not necessarily be hostile to, or they may not see you as hostile yet.
All right, so we're going to run deep and run fast. This is awesome. All right,
All right.
so when in doubt, I guess the answer is launch Tomahawks, right? Submarine is too deep to launch. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So let's go back up to just over the layer. And let's slow back down to 5 knots and get at least on the right bearing again. And then let's take out that last side.
You know the got a saying at work is that whatever you think the training audience might do, because I build simulations at work as well. Whatever you think the training audience is going to do, they're going to do something different. Well, you've just proven that rule.
You know, so now I guess what this proves is that now that we know a cruise missile can be launched horizontally underwater and hit an underwater target, what remains to be seen is whether you can launch an ICBM horizontally. I'm going to leave that up to the Russians.
Well, you know,
little bit of a bad movie reference there, but
yeah, that's right.
All right, so
No,
let's get the Dallas out of the area.
okay. No, I think that might be a bit of a problem with the game. Actually, I don't think you should be able to do that.
I'm pretty sure I just broke the game. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
right.
it's because these are probably considered a structure.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. These are, let's see, bottom fixed array.
It is a structure,
but
yeah.
the thing is that it's underwater.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious why that's got to be a bug.
Yeah.
Because like I can't fire my VLS cells at. Oh no, they did come from the VLS cells. That is the weirdest thing in the. I could have. Oh, okay.
That is strange.
That is definitely a strange one. That
Okay.
came from the VLS cells. I just gotta look at this. It can target land structures. I don't know what underwater is classified as. I mean that's got to be a bug in that it still considers underwater structures as an actual structure, like a land unit.
Yeah, I think probably.
I think that's what. Well, at least we didn't turn the Russians themselves. We just turned their SOSUS network hostile.
That's right. So once the Dallas does his business, then in theory, the SOSUS network is no longer talking to the Russians, and so you can destroy them at your will.
Well, since we have just proven that,
and hence why the Russians are still hostile, and it's only the SOSUS sites that have gone hostile to you.
You mean the Russians are unfriendly?
Unfriendly, yeah.
So we have an SSGN with 154 Block E Tomahawks. I think
I can see what's coming here.
I think we're going to have some fun here. We're gonna target 2 on that. Okay, so we're too deep to launch. Well, that can be fixed easily enough. We're going to. I'm trying not to target the Russian bases. I am trying to play this, at least stealthily, so they don't know who just destroyed their entire SOSIS network.
Primarch has got a good point there because you're under the ice. Will the tomahawks even fire?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out here in just a minute as soon as I figure configuring these. I'm got to admit I'm really curious what's gonna happen here. I'm pretty sure, just for the sake of realism here, we're not going to target the nuclear reactor underneath the North or the Arctic ice pack. That would be probably pretty bad.
Yeah, you'd get Greenpeace upset at you.
I'm pretty sure we'd have the people of Alaska mad at us too for that particular. All right, so let's go ahead and manually allocate a couple talks. And we're going to come up to periscope depth. And there they go. This cannot be intended consequences. The law of unintended consequences comes back.
Yeah.
For go missiles. We can't leave anything untouched. Everything must be destroyed. This is it. Cannot fire a missile while under ice. But we just fired missiles while we were underneath the ice. What?
Yeah, that might be worth a. Can you just save that and maybe send it off to Sunburn?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna save this. This is definitely a bug. We're gonna I'm gonna name it something. Shoot under ice hilarity. So let's see. Well, are we gonna take out all of our?
Yeah, not only shoot from under the ice, but shoot to underground or underwater targets.
Yeah, Primarchs is like broken. This scenario wouldn't let me path a high endurance UUV under the ice, but missiles can launch. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a game glitch with that UUV because I had the same issue. Primarchs, in case you came in late. All right, so we are handily taking out the Russian SOSIS network. Goodbye, guys. That just set you guys back a couple of years. Let's see. I want to take out this last one just for the sake of. No, I don't want the Echo Voyager. I want my SSGN. Can I recreate a bug? Cannot shoot while under ice. What the? I just shot from under ice though. I wonder if it's because this target is under the ice. All these others were not under the ice.
Maybe.
This one I think is under the ice.
I think I moved them all to just outside the ice shelf.
Yeah, see this one.
Oh, it is.
This one must still be registering as under the ice then, even though it's right on the edge. So we're not going to be able to get that one, but we did neutralize the rest of the network. So I think that's going to that's probably gonna just kind of be it for this one. We'll call this one a success.
There you go.
We'll call this one a success. Okay. So I really appreciate you coming on, Gunner. Hopefully maybe we can get you on for the next one.
Sure, not a problem.
If you're interested.
Yeah. So, if I'm in town, then I'll try and make it on.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Considering, like I said, that it was definitely a last minute thing, and I definitely wasn't prepared.
It's interesting watching somebody else play through there. So it's I've learned a little bit.
So Gunnar, any shout outs where anything you wanna say before we sign off here?
Well, no, I just thanks a lot for doing these streams. I appreciate that. Is you're showing a lot of people, how to maneuver the game and how to play with the game, and using some of the command or the live scenarios is, it just gets them out there. So I appreciate that, and yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. I definitely enjoy doing these streams. Hopefully, I can get back to a kind of a consistent schedule now that the new PC is back up and running. My old one just kind of died out after about 6 or 7 years of use. So, definitely looking forward to getting back and playing more. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys.